Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Baltimore's offense making its way out for the first time. And leading them, their quarterback, a guy who is just so electric under center in his fifth season now, Lamar Jackson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Jackson going to run again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Trent Taylor. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Partner, is that what you call a quick hitter? That was actually a bolt of lightning, wasn't it, right out of the gate?
And, of course, on the heels of him winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week 1 week ago. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The numbers for Mixon last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, that's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. But Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Jordan Stout now. To return is Taylor. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 1st quarter lead. McPherson on for the point after. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And here's Jackson on the option. 6 yards there on the keeper and 2nd down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens are back within a score. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taylor now returning it. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not
right?
apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pettis now from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Boy, 196 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now they go play action now. Burrow. He'll buy some time right. Oh, great grab by Chase. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pettis now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taylor now to return it. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 236 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Again, it's Mixon. And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Running left, it's Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, 37 yards. And the Bengals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pettis now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start with the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The Jackson going to hold on to it again. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Jackson. And it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. They'll go option to the short side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Throwing is Jackson. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
I think that this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Jackson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Tucker's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 43 yards. And the Bengals extend their lead yet again. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Ravens offense back out there. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Play action. It's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He got 29 yards that time. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Mixing up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Ravens ready to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Jackson now. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Jackson on first down. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
To throw is Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Again, Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bengals will get the football back. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. And some room to work. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On the move past the 40. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Here we go.
They'll let Mixon try to run it in. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Buying time to his left. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Gun. Stop. Hey, can.
Now Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. Down inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offense.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Cincinnati, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.